All right, Coronation. It's probably the first time you see me on a video by myself. Usually, I'm on the podcast with John and the rest of the guys, but being a recruiting coordinator for Coronation, I actually get a chance to talk to some of the recruits out there, and I am very privileged, very fortunate tonight to have Emmet Johnson, 2022 commit, on the show. How are we doing, Emmett?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good tonight. Doing good. It was nice. I don't know what the weather's like up in Minnesota. Probably a lot colder than down here, but we had 45-degree weather. It was nice today after that, like single digits we had the other day. So
yeah, it's colder here for sure.
Well, this is really just kind of a get to know you type of thing. This is new for Coronation, and I'm kind of looking forward to it because it gives our fans of Coronation a chance to get to know the recruits coming in and get you guys hyped about seeing them playing on the field this fall. So, Emmett, first of all, I'm sure everybody wants to know what ultimately led you to choosing Nebraska as your school to come to.
Yeah, I would just say ever since I first met the Nebraska coaches and went to my first game day visit, everything, Nebraska just showed me the most love out of all the schools that's been recruiting me since my freshman year. My first time coming up here, I went on the game day visit to Iowa, and Coach Brown, met him for the first time, Coach Frost and all of them, and they showed me around the campus, and they just made me feel really welcoming. So I love the game day experience. I went there with my brother, and it was a great atmosphere to play in front of. I always want to play in front of a big crowd and everything like that, and they've had sold out crowds since 1962. So you don't want to play. You don't want to play in front of you can't play in much spots better than that. And I just had a great relationship with Coach Brown, and he came down to Minnesota a couple times, came to visit my house, came to visit my school, asked the state about me, little things like that. And it showed how much interest they had in me as a program, not just him, but other coaches reaching out to me, just saying how much they like my film and all that. Just really meant a lot to me. And for my family, my mom, she came down on the visit with me for the official visit, and she loved the coaches, but she just loves the academic part of it as well. And just knowing I'll be in good hands academic-wise is big for me and my family to know that I could be set up for life after football. So overall, Nebraska just showed me the most love. They recruited me more than any other Big Ten school. A lot of other schools were recruiting me, but they just showed that they wanted me more. And a lot of other schools tried to follow in after they offered me and stuff like that, but they were the first school to really see that in me. And I feel like it was the right fit for me. Playing wise, as well as academic wise, but it's just a great fit for me to come in and battle out other running backs. This is a great chance for me to come battle and play in the Big Ten on the big stage, like I've always wanted to my whole life. So that's why I chose Nebraska.
Wow, you're gonna shrink my question list down quite dramatically. No, that's all right. You talked about the academics that your mom was very interested in. Is that, and you talk about just the fit and then you being comfortable with them and then being comfortable with you and your relationship with Coach Brown and the rest of the staff. What was the ultimate sell it? Like, when did you feel it? Because I'm sure you had a list of other schools you were considering. When was that it moment for you? Was it pretty early on?
Yeah, I definitely feel like going throughout it, I seen it as a place that I could end up and be at. It was a really special place. But what really did it for me was after the official visit when we were about to leave, and me, my mom, my brother, Coach Brown, we all sat down in Coach Frost's office, and we were talking for a little bit. He asked me about the visit. I loved everything about the visit. And then when he offered me right there, face to face, in front of my family, and it just showed that really did it for me, because it was just like this is my first time being offered in person. I got offered over the phone many times, but to do it at the school in front of the head coach, somewhere where I'm wanted, was just it meant a lot to me and my family. And just seeing the smile on my mom's face really that really did it for me. And she's seen it as a place that I could be as well. And so we decided as a family to come back home with my father, who wasn't there at the time, and just pray about it with him. But I felt like it was the right fit, and we prayed about it as a family. And I loved everything about the school. My parents love it. So I just felt like that really did it for me, is when he offered me face-to-face in the office after the official visit.
Now, you had mentioned before, I get a sense that you're a Minnesota kid, obviously. So, and you talk about other Big Ten schools not giving you that much love. Was there a reason why Minnesota didn't come up on your radar, or they didn't come up on yours, or vice versa?
I don't know the exact reason myself, but Minnesota, they've been recruiting me for a couple of years now here in the hometown state. And, it's great to play for your hometown. I would love, play for my hometown school, but they haven't offered me. It's been a couple of years, and I don't know what the exact reason is. I really was interested in the school and the program, your hometown. But I don't think there's an exact reason why, but I wanted to know. But I guess I don't have to know now because I know where I'm going. So
yeah,
we'll just see what happens. But I can't really say much about it because it's not in my hands. If they wanted to offer, they would have. So they had a lot of.
Personally, as somebody who's actually got a chance to see your film and got a chance to study you and watch a little bit of your game, it very much feels like you would have fit in that style. And so it kind of, there's a lot of recruiting battles in the Big Ten. Obviously, we clash with Iowa a lot on recruits, and we clash a lot with Minnesota on recruits in Wisconsin. And it's just that's the nature of the game in the Big Ten. So it really was quite baffling to me that Coach Fleck did not try harder for you, considering what he's done with just kind of the plug and play way the running backs, last year especially, with their running backs being decimated with injuries and going down the way they did. I feel like that would have been, a good moment for you to shine. But their loss, our gain. So that's the way I look at it.
Exactly.
Now, you talked about Coach Brown was the one who kind of spearheaded the recruiting, and now Husker Nation and you as well know who your running backs coach is going to be. It's going to be Coach Applewhite. Just came from TCU. A lot of good things about him. Very well respected in coaching circles. What kind of conversations have you and Coach had these past few days, weeks, that gets you excited about playing for him?
Yeah, me and Coach Applewhite, he followed me before they officially announced it, and I got his phone number. We've been texting for a little bit, just got to know him a little bit, and I've heard a lot of great things about him. Coach Brown, who's learning stuff about him now too. They're good buddies, and I've just heard a lot of good things about him at TCU and how he's a great running back coach. And my relationship with him is still building, but it's been really well so far. I've been getting to know him, just checking in with him on a daily, just talking to him and stuff like that. But I think I'm in good hands, and he seems like he knows a lot about the game of football and developing running backs to get to the next level, stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what he has planned for us, and I'm ready to get to work.
Absolutely. And now we, as Husker fans, get a chance to see a new offense with Coach Whipple and Coach Raiola and Coach Applewhite coming in, and obviously Coach Joseph, who's obviously an alum here, played here in the 90s. And so we're kind of very anxious to see how this is all going to work out for us. Have you gotten a chance to see a little bit of Coach Whipple's offense and what might be good for you to be, to be featured in, like run packages, things like that?
Yeah, Coach Whipple, I met him on my official visit when I went there. We bumped into him on the way in, and I love everything about him. I watched a lot of Pittsburgh football in the past. Just know how explosive their offense is, and that fits my game perfectly because I'm an explosive player, and I feel like he's going to do a good job of using our talent to our strengths. And I feel like he's bringing a different style into the Big Ten for sure. The offense will be different than the past for sure, and I think he's going to put me in positions where I could be successful as well as other players. And I know him and Coach Brown are good buddies too. They've been good friends for a while, so they both have a lot of experience, different things like that. But I'm excited for him and the LSU wide receiver coach. I'm glad that he's brought in other talent, Dakotas, Trey Palmer, a couple other good kids, and I'm just excited to see what they have planned for us. But I just know the offense will be really explosive, and that's what I like. And I can adapt to any offense, but I think he's gonna change the Big Ten for sure, and change Nebraska football as well.
That's something that is going to be music to Husker fans' ears. I feel like, I feel like we know about Scott Frost, and we know what we were getting in him as a coach and an innovator of offense when he came here 4 years ago. So I think it was just time for us to maybe see what will happen with that speed matched with that passing game attack and some power zone run schemes and some things that really what the Big Ten is built on. So I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm super excited about it. That being said, it is quite a crowded room now that you're going to be walking into. A lot of competition, obviously. Athletes thrive on it. I don't think you can talk to any athlete out there that doesn't say they don't thrive when the competition makes them better. What do you look to bring to the room once you do come in the summer?
Yeah, I just want to compete. That's my biggest thing. I've been competing my whole life, and coming in, going against a lot of running backs isn't really a big deal for me because I wouldn't want anything handed to me. I wouldn't want to come in and just have everything given to me. I want to earn everything and earn the coach's respect and earn the players' respect as well. So I'm coming in ready to work, and whatever it takes, whatever I need to work on, whatever weakness I have, that's what I'll be willing to work on. So I'm just ready to go.
Has there been anybody from the room that's reached out to work with you, any of the upperclassmen, anything like that at this point?
So on my official visit, I met a lot of the players down there. Mm-hmm. Makai, who's a linebacker there right now, that was my mentor when I was there and stuff like that. And so I met a lot of the players. But as I get down there, I'll try to get down there a couple of times before the summer because I'm planning on going in the summer. But getting down there a couple of times, maybe running some routes with the quarterbacks. I know Logan, just met Logan. Haven't met Casey yet, but just getting down there and working with them will be big for me. And just developing when I get down there.
So like I said, I got a chance to see your film, and I love the way you run. I think you seem very. I mean, there's a balance to it. There's like smooth, but there's also you're not afraid to get a little physical every once in a while. So who do you say you model your game after? Like I know a lot of players say they like to model their game after collegiate athletes, professional athletes. Is there like one or two guys like you try and mesh styles with?
Mm-hmm. I definitely say watching former running backs in Nebraska, Amir Abdullah, somebody who I play similar as well as a little bit of Adrian Peterson. Mm-hmm. I've been watching him ever since I was younger, as a kid growing up. Reggie Bush, those three players I'll say I model my game after. And I'll say Alvin Kamara, how he's changing the game, being able to run routes out of the backfield. That's something I can do really well as well. And I feel like I'll bring to the table. So those are great running backs that I model my game after. And I'll say I have a little bit of each one of those running backs in my game.
You don't have to convince me too much of it, man. I see it in you, and I'm excited to see it as well. I know if Husker Nation hasn't gotten a chance to check it out, they definitely need to. But getting kind of away from football, like obviously you're coming in the summer. I know that right now you're in the heat of basketball season, and that's taking up a big part of your time as well as your academics. What else do you do to occupy your time when you're not in the classroom or you're not on the hardwood?
Yeah, me and my brother, we spend a lot of time together making like TikToks and just listening to music during a little bit of our free time, and that's something we just do for fun. And I get into it a little bit, but that's really the things. And I like learning how to cook at home. My parents, they make a lot of food and stuff like that. So my parents are Liberian, so they make a lot of different types of food. So I learned a lot from them, and just spending time with my family. That's really what I do on my free time, is spend time with my family, listen to music, learn how to cook, watch Netflix, watch TV sometimes. And that's really all my free time is, other than sports and working out.
What's the song that you just got done listening to? What's the last song you listened to?
Last song, we were just in the car a second. I was listening to, Lil Baby. We listened to Lil Baby. I forgot the name. Oh no, it was Dub Baby. Jump by. It's on one of his old albums.
Yeah.
I like Lil Baby. Drake's my favorite artist. I listen to a lot of Lil Baby, Drake, Polo G a little bit. Yeah, those are like the guys I listen to.
I feel old sometimes because I'm 31, but I have an 11-year-old son, and I mean he's educating me. Like I feel like I'm stuck in a certain time, and he'll bring something out to me, and I'll be like, well, this is good. Who's this? And like it's somebody I've never even heard of before. And I'm like, wow. Like I guess all the old artists aren't that relevant anymore. That's kind of why I'm looking forward to the halftime show at the Super Bowl, because I'm like, oh, I know Eminem, I know Dr. Dre, I know Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, like that's stuff I grew up on. So it makes me feel young again, I guess.
Yeah, I listen to old Kanye, a little bit of old Kanye.
Oh yeah.
Jams,
like through the wire. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Those type of songs.
Mm-hmm. Man. But anyways, I'm showing my age, 31, and I'm sitting here trying to be relevant in today and age, and it ain't working. But this is kind of I'll break it down, because I mean a couple people I'm sure influence you, whether it be academics in life, personally, or somebody you look up to in the professional sense. Who are your role models? Who do you try and like aspire to be, or try and look up to?
Yeah. I'll definitely say, other than my parents, who I see every day, they're role models for me. I'll say Michael Jordan, great role model for me. And watching his documentary, I learned a lot of things about him, not just on the court, but just his mentality. And Jordan mentality is the same thing as Kobe. Both of those people, I watched a lot of them, and I watched a lot of their interviews from the past, and how they really motivate me to be better as a person. And I know there's Kobe. There's one of his interviews where they asked him, like, why doesn't he go on vacation and go hang out with friends during his free time and everything like that? He said he doesn't want to have no regrets when it's all said and done. He doesn't want to have any regrets, and saying, I wish I could have did this, I wish I could have did that. And it just shows how all he is to basketball, and that's all he really cared about. And having that mentality really separates you from other people, because not a lot of people think that way. So they block out the outside stuff and just focus on themselves and the main thing. A lot of people say, my brother says, keep the main thing. And that's what I get from them. And watching the Jordan documentary, I learned things. I'm still watching it right now, but I learn things every day from it. And that just makes me compete really well. And also I'll say Tom Brady. What I get from him is he's always playing with a chip on his shoulder, no matter how old he is. He won 8 rings by now, and he's still trying to be the best in the league. And he had a similar situation to me, where coming out of college in the draft, like nobody really wanted him, and that's kind of how it is for me going into college. Like it was just that one school that trusted me, and that was the Patriots for him. But it was just that one school that seen it in me, and I feel like that's how I compare to him. And we both play with a chip on our shoulder, so it just separates us from other people, because we've dealt with adversity. We've been through the hard times, and it molds and shapes me into the person I am today.
That's good. No, I chuckle a little bit because I'm a Pats fan, so it was a very hard day for me when I learned that Tom Brady was no longer a Patriot. But I'm actually very optimistic about the future with Mac Jones. As long as Josh Allen is no longer a Buffalo Bill, maybe you should go to, I don't know, go to Seattle or something. That game
Yeah.
was crazy last night, man. They do need to change it. I wanted to see more. I think they should change the overtime rules because that game probably could have gone on forever.
Yeah, it definitely would have, and I definitely feel like if the Bills got the ball, they would have won.
Yeah, it was literally a coin flip that decided it because no defense was stopping their offenses. No way.
Yeah.
It wasn't happening.
Yeah, there's no way.
Tip of the cap to Patrick Mahomes going to the championship again to hopefully go to the Super Bowl. We'll see. I like Joe Burrow though. I feel like there's just some weird magic there. There's some really weird magic going on with what former quarterback Nebraska Zach Taylor's doing with that offense. Obviously, you got T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, and Jamar Chase, Uzuma. That offense is crazy. And it's so young, and I don't know. It was just a really crazy weekend for football. Yeah. Sorry. I just keep talking. I was like, man, I could talk about football forever.
Crazy
I'm sure you're the same way. But as far as name, image, and likeness is kind of this new thing that we're kind of dealing with. I don't know if that's I haven't really got a chance to talk to any incoming recruits about this. Is that anything that comes into play or a factor for anybody coming in? You think? You personally?
Yeah,
think about NIL?
I'll definitely say coming from being from Minnesota and bringing my talents to Nebraska. I feel like I'm not just bringing myself. I'm bringing a lot of my family here who supports me and stuff like that. And so getting my name out there will be a big thing for me. And I started this thing here in Minnesota they call me E4 here. They don't call me Emmett just because my number and my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping to get number 4 for Nebraska, but that'll be a big thing I'll use too as well. I may start up an E4 brand or something like that and just use my name to get out there. But anybody in Nebraska, this for anybody in Nebraska who needs help with anything, it could be helping out kids in the community, just whatever it is, I'll be willing to help them and just help out in the community. It means a lot to me and my family. I eventually want to give back to people and kids someday just so they can, reach their goals and stuff like that. But yeah, that'll be a big thing for me. And I feel like doing things like this all helps it, interviews, just getting my name out there to Nebraska and Husker fans, stuff like that. I'll be willing to help the environment.
Yeah, I think what was really new to people when they heard NIL deals is they saw what the negative could be of it. And a lot of the things I'm seeing from and hearing from a lot of the people and a lot of the athletes out there is it's not ultimately about them, it's about them giving back and having that platform, because student athletes, up to that point were probably, unless you were like a huge superstar and making your way onto ESPN and getting interviews like that, it was you weren't getting your name out there, you weren't getting the idea to really flourish and thrive. And then I think with NIL, it allows it to sprout out and be more local and be more I don't know what the word is exactly. It's just closer to home. You know what I mean? Like really benefit your area and what it affects your day to day. So that's really cool. And I really do hope we are going to have your Twitter and your Instagram in the link at the bottom of this video to make sure you guys not only follow Emmett and his journey and be there to support him as he continues to be a Husker for us and comes in the summer and gets to work and hopefully gets on the field early. for us. But you also get a chance to see what he's all about. As far as maybe doing camps for kids in the Nebraska area, things like that. I think you guys, just from the short conversation I've had with you, I think that's going to be a really big positive thing for you. So, one final question. If there is one thing that you could say to Husker Nation before you get here, what would that one thing be?
Just Husker fans, get ready. It's going to be electric down there, and I'm ready to get to work, and I'm ready to compete and go Big Red.
Love it. Go Big Red. Emmett, this has been great. I'm glad that we finally got a chance to talk. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, my wife and I had our second child here, baby boy. He's healthy. He's happy. We're about 3 weeks in. Thank you very much. And to show what an amazing guy Emmett was, like I pushed back the interview. This was supposed to happen like a week ago, and first thing he said out of his mouth wasn't like, "Oh man, really?" He was like, "Oh man, congratulations." I'm like, I have never even met this young man, and he is offering me congratulations on my baby. You have at least for sure right now a fan in me, sir, in Lincoln. So, and be sure to hit me up when you get in if you want to know some good places to eat in Lincoln.
Sure.
What's fun to do in the Haymarket. I'm all for it. So, this has been great. I loved it. Emmett, thank you again. Have a good rest of your basketball season, and we look forward to seeing you in the summer. Go Big Red. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. Appreciate you.